Hi there and welcome to my channel. I'm Jennifer, this is A Country Life, and welcome to Souptember 2025. This is my third year, I believe it's my third year being a part of the collaboration. Leanne at Mennonite Farmhouse is who hosts the collaboration. So for 30 days of September, there is, well, this year we're doing, each channel is doing 2 days. So there are 15 channels this year, and we have 2 days of sharing a soup recipe with you. I was just working at chopping up onions. These are from my garden this year. Normally my onions are bigger than my green peppers, but this year the green peppers far outgrew the onions. I have more like pearl onions this year, but I've already cut up the onions and the green peppers, and we're going to get into making cheeseburger soup. So I have 3 different cheeseburger soup recipes that I'm going to share with you today. I've never made any of them. So the plan is to make all 3 cheeseburger soup recipes. They're all just a tiny bit different, and then have my family try them and decide which soup recipe they like the best, so we can figure out what cheeseburger soup recipe is going to be the best. So a few things to mention about Souptember 2025. Like I said, Leanne from Mennonite Farmhouse, she is hosting the whole collaboration, and if you have not visited her channel before, she does cooking, a lot of canning, really great canning on her channel, especially when she like cans something and then she comes back later and shows how she uses those canned goods. Like she'll make a soup base and then she'll show how she uses it in 3 different ways. You're going to want to check out that video. There will be a playlist down below. And this, we're right at the beginning here. This is just September 2nd, so we're right at the beginning of Souptember. So there's only one for you to go and watch, and that would be Leanne's lasagna soup from yesterday. Tomorrow will be Piedmont. Life in the Piedmont. I'm not sure what they'll be making, but you're going to want to check out that channel as well tomorrow, and then come back for the whole month, watch all the soup videos. Now, be sure to comment, because at the end, Leanne will be hosting a live event on October, let me just check, October 2nd at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And there will be giveaways. So different channels will offer giveaways. Like for example, I have 2 cookbooks. I will offer each of those cookbooks as part of the giveaway. Other channels will have things. And Leanne, she'll be giving away a $100 Visa or Amazon gift card. There's just going to be all kinds of prizes and giveaways, and that's going to be October 2nd. Now, how do you get in on all of these giveaways? You have to comment, leave a comment on the soup recipes. 1 random video will be chosen, and then 1 random comment will be chosen, and that's who will win the $100 Visa or Amazon gift card. And then there will be other giveaways at the live event. And those you'll have to be present, and you'll like write a comment or something like that in the live chat, and then there'll be winners picked on that evening. All right, let's get into these soups. So we have 3, like I said, cheeseburger soup recipes. We have JOLENE'S, we have Marlene's, and we have Rosella. So those 3 ladies put recipes into this cookbook. This is a cookbook from one of my subscribers, Carolyn, and I want to make all 3 of them. So we're going to get started on the first one here. Looks like it makes kind of a smaller batch, a ½ pound of ground beef. We need some onions and carrots and potatoes, basil, parsley, butter, and some other ingredients. So let's get going on this first soup. That looks good. If you're new here, this is our youngest daughter, Maria, over here. She's making some fall cutout cookies. We have been having some chillier weather. Right now it's only about 66 degrees. Just nice fall weather, and that has everybody thinking fall food, which actually works out perfectly for the soup. So I'm just cutting. I package ground venison. I know it says ground beef, but we use a lot of venison, and that's what's in here. I package these. Whoa, I just spilled. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. Hi. Oh. In 2-pound packages. So this recipe only needs a ½ pound of ground beef, so I'm going to cut this in half one more time. Grandkids are here now too. For Jolene's cheeseburger soup, let's get started with a ½ pound of ground venison, and I need to brown that and then drain it. There's not going to be anything to drain because venison is very lean. I will then remove the meat from the pan, just to a glass pie plate over here. And in the same soup pot, I'm going to saute 3/4 cup onions, 3/4 cup of shredded carrots, 4 cups of diced potatoes, and I'm going to saute that in 4 tablespoons of butter. Once the butter is melted, I'm also going to add in 1 teaspoon of dried basil and 1 teaspoon of dried parsley flakes. I saute that for around 8 to 10 minutes, and then I'll add in the chicken broth and the ground venison. I'm going to bring that to a boil, reduce the heat, cover it, and simmer for 10 to 12 minutes. Remember, with all 3 of these recipes I'm using venison, but the original recipes do call for ground beef. While that does its thing, in another pot, I'm going to make a roux with 1.5 cups of milk and 1/4 cup of flour. Once that cooks for a couple of minutes and gets nice and thick, I'm going to reduce the heat and add in the cheese. This is 8 ounces of mild cheddar cheese that I cubed up. I'm also adding in 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt and some pepper to taste, along with 1/4 cup of sour cream. I'll stir that around until the cheese is fully melted and the sour cream is all evenly mixed in, and then I'll get that added into the soup, stir it around, and it's ready to serve. So the first soup, Jolene's cheeseburger soup, I just gave it a quick bite, and another bite. That is so good. You guys should have some of this for lunch. I think you're gonna love it. It's so good, it's so creamy. I am a huge fan of making soup and then actually not serving it until the next day, so it's had time to cool in the refrigerator overnight and then reheat it. I feel like the flavors go through it so much better. But this is actually amazing soup. Quick in the sense that once you have the ingredients in, 12 minutes of it simmering and then mixing in the roux. That's delicious for like a first day soup. Literally just making it and eating it like 5 minutes after it's done. That was amazing.
I'll take a quick taste. Looks hot.
I don't know. I don't know how hot it is.
Pretty hot.
Is it pretty hot? Okay, well, he's going to have to let it cool a little bit. We're just taking the first test. I already took my first taste. I know what I think.
I think it's fabulous. Excellent. Great flavor.
Yeah.
I like the creaminess. The potatoes are cooked nicely. I'm a big fan of the hamburger.
And what I commented before is that normally I like to let soup cool, you know, refrigerate it, warm it up the next day, and I think it has such better flavor. But this, I mean, it was just made and
great.
boom, boom, eating it. So this would be the kind of soup that you could make and then eat right away that night when you need something for supper.
Absolutely.
Right then. Yeah, I thought it was amazing.
Very good.
Amazing.
A little hot. Soup's supposed to be hot.
It is.
It's very good. Excellent. Did it make a big pot?
Fairly good size.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Now for Marlene's Kitchen cheeseburger soup. Brown 1 pound of ground venison. I will remove that meat to that original pie plate that I used for the other recipe. We just don't want to make too many dishes now, do we? I'm going to put in 1.5 cups of water into this soup kettle, 2 cups of diced potatoes, 2 small carrots grated, a small onion chopped, 1/4 cup of chopped green pepper. I'll stir that around and then add in 1 tablespoon of beef base. I like this better than bouillon. It's just a really good, always has such a good rich flavor. So for Marlene's cheeseburger soup, it's like a bacon cheeseburger soup. So I have my bacon. I just crisped this up. I'm going to let this cool here, and then we're going to chop this up. You only need 1/2 cup. I think once chopped, this is probably going to be about 1/2 cup. I also have all of the cheese cubed up here. Her recipe does call for American cheese. I didn't notice that, so I just have mild cheddar cheese. I'm going to bring that to a boil and then reduce the heat, cover it, and simmer it for 15 minutes. I'm waiting basically until the potatoes are tender. Then let's stir in the ground beef and 2 cups of milk and heat this through. And then in my large glass measuring cup, I'm going to combine a 1/2 cup of milk and 3 tablespoons of flour. Stir that up until it's very smooth and creamy, and I'm going to gradually add that into the soup and bring it to a boil and cook and stir for 2 minutes until the soup is thickened and bubbly. As soon as that happens, I'm going to reduce the heat. Let's get the cheese stirred in. This is again 8 ounces of cheese. I did veer from the recipe. It calls for American cheese, but I have cheddar cheese. I'm going to put the cover on and just let this cheese get soft and melty. Then I'll give it a good stir until everything is thick and creamy. And then just before serving, I will top it with this bacon. I just pan fried the bacon in a cast iron and chopped it up. Marlene's cheeseburger soup is, oh, sorry for the fogginess, is much darker, but her soup did use the beef base. So that probably gives it a darker consistency. Also with the green peppers, you get that just kind of added coloring to it. And then it says just before serving to put on the bacon bits. So I have my bacon here. I'm not going to stir this in. I'm just going to let it kind of just float, if you will, on the top. And look at that. I did already taste a little bite. I'm going to taste another bite here with a piece of bacon. Oops, come on. A little piece of bacon. Oh, it's really hot. It's going to have to cool for just a second here. Hot. That one is good. I like the bacon. I would say though, I think I'm liking the Jolene's cheeseburger soup better so far. But this one is still good. It seems like it has a little bit more of a deep, richer kind of a flavor, and I think it's from that beef, the beef soup base. Let's now move on to Rosella's cheeseburger soup. This one is going to be the largest batch of soup, and it calls for 2 pounds of ground beef. Like I said before, I'm using venison, ground venison. And I have a little bit of olive oil because venison is very, very lean. I'm going to get this browning with 3/4 cup of diced onion. If need be, I will drain, but I'm guessing I won't need to. Then I'm going to add in 1 quart of chicken broth, 2 cups of water, 4.5 cups of diced raw potatoes, and then 1.5 cups of shredded carrots, 1.5 cups of diced celery. We'll add in 1.5 teaspoons of salt and 3/4 teaspoon pepper. Give that a real good stir. Bring it to a boil for 5 minutes or until the potatoes are tender. Into 1 stick of butter, I'm putting in 3/4 cup of flour. I'm going to get that well combined and then add in 3 cups of milk slowly and let that thicken. Again, we're making another type of a roux. I'm going to very slowly add in little bits of milk at a time. I'm going to stop and stir. A little more. Stir. All right, I need to do this with both hands so I can be stirring at the same time, so I have to put the camera down. I like to stir at the same time when I'm making a roux, and just kind of make sure you're getting the edges. Right, this is going to be very thick. Very, very, very thick. It usually doesn't take too long if you have your temperature hot enough, but you don't want it so hot that it burns it either. I do have 3 cups of cubed cheddar cheese. It didn't specify in the recipe if I was to use American or cheddar, so I'm just using cheddar. Same kind of cheese for all 3 soups. And I'm also going to turn this off. I'm making sure all the cheese is buried in the white sauce so that it can get nice and soft and melty. All right, I think this is going to be ready. Let's get this stirred so the cheddar cheese can get all mixed in. My soup over here is super hot, so I'm going to get this mixed into the soup, even though the cheese isn't quite mixed in all the way. A lot of cream mixture, or a lot of cheesy roux. All right, let's get that stirred in. Wow. This is a pot of soup. Wow, this is a lot. I have not tasted this one at all yet. So one of the differences with this particular recipe is that it has the addition of celery, no green pepper like the last one. But the roux part, the cheesy part, is very similar to the first recipe. This looks a lot closer to the first recipe, to Jolene's, which so far has been my favorite. Warren loved that soup. Even off camera, he was like, did that make a big pot? And I was like, fairly good size, I guess. Because he was thinking, I want to have soup for a couple of days. I don't think there's going to be that much, because when I came back home, Joseph and Peter and Maria had eaten the first one, and all 3 of them were like, that was delicious. Maria's like, that was so good, Mom. So that one is definitely a winner. Well, this is going to be supper tonight, you guys. All 3 of these recipes I will be serving up to my family. We'll be tasting them, giving you our opinions. So now let me step back. It's time to do a cleanup. I've got all kinds of dishes over there. This is my island. Let's get this cleaned up and then meet me right back here for supper tonight. So we're just sitting down here for supper now. We already had Jolene's. I always want to sing the song. Jolene, Jolene. Okay, I won't. But we had that at lunch. Everybody really liked that one. Now we're going to test Marlene's
Yes.
soup.
This has the bacon in it.
Bacon and a little bit of green pepper. I definitely taste the bacon.
I'd say it's very good. It's just different. Instead of a chicken base, it's more of a beef and bacon base, but it's very good. That's very good. I'm gonna try it now. Who's the 3rd person?
I think it's Rosella.
Rosella.
I think Rosella's the next one. Okay, so now we're going to try a little of the next one. While Warren dishes that up, this is a good time to just say, if you are brand new to my channel, from another one of the Souptember 2025 channels, I'd love it if you would let me know. Thank you down in the comments. Just let me know, like, what channel did you watch that recommended that you come over here to check out the channel. I'd love to know that.
Now this is Rosella. Huh?
This is Rosella. I think that was the name.
Okay. So you said this one is more of a chicken base.
This one has chicken stock base again instead of beef base like the other one. This one looks hot. Is right.
Let's start turn it off.
We're not going to turn it off quite yet.
Let's turn it off.
Very good.
This one is so similar to that one, though.
It's
don't
very
you think?
similar.
Let's turn it on, guys.
I mean, Jolene's was very good, and I didn't have anything to compare it to.
Right.
This is very similar and very good. Now, Marlene's is just different because it's more of a beef base with the bacon.
Right.
Actually, all 3 of them are fantastic.
Are you kids going to try any of the other ones?
I'm good.
They devoured Jolene's. It's gone.
It's gone. The whole pot. Joe got the last scrapings of that one.
So I think I would rank Jolene's first.
A number 1 and a tie for second, huh? All right. Well, we're going to just finish up with our supper without the camera in our face. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said earlier, this is Souptember 2025. the collaboration. So be sure to check the Joe, just let it keep going. Be sure to check the list of all the channels in the description box. Joseph. So yesterday, Leanne from Mennonite Farmhouse, she made a lasagna soup, and then tomorrow's soup, I'm not sure what it is, but it's going to be from the channel Life on the Piedmont. So be sure to check those out, and remember to comment. That's how you get a chance to win the $100 gift certificate, gift card, whatever it is. All right, thanks you guys. See you soon. Bye.
See you next time,
All right,
guys.
Joe, you can turn it off.